So I don't know if you could hear that. There was a amateur radio station in the United States of America in Maine talking on 20 meters, 14 megahertz amateur band, and it's being received using this loop antenna, which is just here on the windowsill. It's a passive loop antenna which is tuned. I've lost my selfie stick, by the way, so I'm just holding the phone because I wanted to share this. And the receiver is, let's turn this audio down. The receiver is this SDR receiver. It's called a KiwiSDR, this board, and it's actually connected to the internet, so I can remote access it, or anybody can remote access it from anywhere around the world on the internet. But I was having big problems with this. I put it into a shielded case, as you can see, to try to reduce RF interference it might pick up, especially in this environment here. A lot of sources of unwanted noise are around, lots of signals and things that are not required. But at the moment, I've managed to get it fairly quiet, but I had a big problem with it yesterday. So here's the signal spectrum, 14 megahertz up to 14.4, let's say. And there's the USA station. This is JT65 and PSK31 weak signal digital modes. So I can see signals. I'm happy, which I wasn't yesterday, because the problem yesterday was there were some enormous spurious signals, and with the help of the people on the KiwiSDR forum I was able to find out the source of the signal and switch it off, and it was so simple you won't believe it. And the solution was to change the Ethernet speed on the interface. If we look at the administration panel, I've had to set the Ethernet speed to 10 megabits per second. If I change that back to how it was, the default, or the setting it chose yesterday was 100 megabits, and I spent days looking for this change. It's now switched to 100, so the display's paused, but now it's reconnected at 100 megabits, and you can see here these red spurious signals. I don't want them there. They're about 30 kilohertz apart, regularly spaced over the whole radio spectrum, practically from 0 to 30 megahertz. They were causing a real problem. I could barely receive any other signals. And the simple way to make those go away was to change the speed of the Ethernet interface. If I actually click on one of these, you hear what it sounds like that one, for example. That's the sound, which was actually radiating out from this receiver into the room. The shielded box wasn't helping. It was going down the cables. I was playing with all sorts of ferrite blocks to try to stop the signal coming out of here and going everywhere else. And I found out what it was. So let's just switch that. Again, I'm going to go back to the control panel for this receiver and change the Ethernet speed again, and you'll hear it go away. So there's Ethernet speed is 100 megabits at the moment. I'm going to change that to only 10 megabits. The signal will disappear for a second and then it'll come back. And as you can see, these spurious signals are disappearing off into the past, because that's the past. The future's up here. We can't see that yet. That will be something subject to another video. But this is the history of the radio signals disappearing into the past on this waterfall spectrum display. And as you can see, they're a thing of the past, just by changing the speed of the Ethernet interface. So I think the moral of the story is here: don't give up when something's not working. Try and keep trying, seek advice, ask other people, and eventually I got the solution, which was just change the Ethernet speed and it might go away. And it did, after trying a lot of other things, different power supplies, filtering, shielding, all kinds of things. So that's enough for today. I'm going to get back to listening to my radio system that's working and connect it to the internet, and just using this antenna. There's an active loop antenna coming in the post hopefully soon, which will no doubt give me much better signal reception. So thank you for listening. I hope I can help solve this problem for anybody that has the same problem. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other stuff, and see you again really soon.